We say innocent until proven guilty in this country, but should you ever have to prove your innocence? Well, yeah, in one particular situation. And let's talk about that. Imagine you had been banged up for a crime you did not commit, and you spend years and years in prison, but eventually either new evidence comes to light or old evidence is revisited, and you are successful on an appeal, and you are released. Do you get any compensation for that? Well, possibly, but it's a lot harder than you think, and let me explain why. Okay, it used to be that there were two schemes for compensating people for wrongful convictions. There was a discretionary scheme and a statutory scheme. Okay, and as the name suggests, one was the Home Office could say, okay, here's some money. There was another one where it was a bit more formal. But the discretionary scheme was abolished and it was put on a statutory basis. Although rather weirdly, it just said, it gives the Home Secretary a discretion to award compensation and to set the rules. And generally speaking, it used to be, and the Supreme Court said this, they said, okay, the trigger is that either there's an appeal that succeeds or you're pardoned. Because all we need to show for a wrongful conviction is, had this been done properly, you wouldn't have been convicted. That's, it's a wrongful conviction. But the government changed the law and they said, no, to receive compensation, you must prove beyond reasonable doubt, in other words, reversing the burden and standard of proof, you must prove beyond reasonable doubt that you were factually innocent of the crime. It doesn't matter if you were fitted up, it doesn't matter if you were tortured, it doesn't matter if you were framed, it doesn't matter if anybody made up evidence. You actually have to go out and prove you didn't commit the crime. So that's how it stands now. And in terms of the compensation, if you're in for less than 10 years, you can be awarded up to £500,000. If you're in for over 10 years, you can get up to £1 million. But just to rub salt in the wounds, they knock off about 25% of that for your board and lodgings for all the time that you're inside. So there you go. Try not to get banged up, unless you really did it. If you found that useful or just surprising, please consider clicking the like button and also possibly subscribing.